Hey, how many of you heard the advice, if you want to get started in real estate, you should buy a single family home or go buy that duplex? Hey, in this video, I want to let you know, I think that is actually bad advice, why that's bad advice, and why I think if you're going to get started in real estate, you should start big. Forget the small stuff.
What?
Let's go big. In this video, I want to show you why and teach you how. Let's roll. Hey, what's up? My name is Ellis Hammond, full-time real estate investor, founder of Symphony Capital Group. We're buying large multifamily deals across the country. And listen, I know what it's like to get started. It wasn't that long ago, just a few years ago. I was a full-time college pastor. I had no real estate experience. I didn't get a real estate degree. And so this is not the pot calling the kettle black. I know where you've been. I know what it's like to try and figure out this game and get in. And a lot of the advice I got was start small. In fact, the first deal that I bought was a duplex. Okay, and so I've done small deals. We're now buying bigger deals. And here's what I want to say. Buying bigger deals is actually easier than buying small deals. So let's talk about this advice. The common advice we get is to start small. And let me talk about why I think this is not good advice and some of the things to look out for if you're going to buy small deals. And then I want to talk about why buying bigger deals I think is actually a better idea. So common advice is to start small. And the reason I think this is the wrong advice is because buying small deals like a single family or a duplex, it doesn't translate into buying big commercial real estate. Like if you go, cut your teeth and I'm learning the real estate game so one day I can go buy bigger stuff, it doesn't translate. It's a whole different business. And so, if you want to go learn how to buy large multifamily or mobile home parks or self-storage, whatever, buying a single family home or buying a duplex, it's not gonna help you. Like this is a very different business at this level. And so trying to figure out the big game by starting small, it's not gonna work. The other reason I think people maybe say start small is because they think it's less risky. Buy the single family home or buy the duplex because you're not putting up as much money or whatever. It's less risky is kind of what it's seen. I would say actually that's false too. In fact, when you start small, you're typically the only one in the deal, which means what? You're taking all of the risk. In fact, and I'm gonna talk about this in a minute, but when you buy bigger deals, you actually can get something called non-recourse lending, which allows you not to even have to put up your personal assets as liability. So starting small can actually even be more risky because you're alone in the deal, you're taking all of the risk, you're taking all of the debt, and you have to bring all of the capital by yourself. And so starting small can actually be more risky, not less. And then typically people who are offering this advice say, well, it's just easier to get into small deals. And the fact is, it easier to find small deals? Sure, it's easier to go find a single family home or a duplex than go find, bigger, more competitive deals. But it's not easier in terms of the work. In fact, it is a lot more work to go buy small deals. I know that person. When we bought our duplex, I was the landlord, I was the maintenance person, right? Why? Because there just wasn't enough margin to begin to bring in more help. And so the smaller you go, typically the margin on those deals are a lot less. And so it's more work. And in fact, the level of sophistication of the help that you do get is a lot lower in smaller deals, right? So, less sophisticated property management, less sophisticated maintenance teams, etc., less technology, less systems. And so a lot of that's gonna fall on you as the owner. And so you think it's gonna be less work to get into these deals when in reality, it's just more work. We're closing big deals now, and I never even have to go to the property, right? I have a team and partners that can go and do that for me, where when I bought that duplex, I was doing everything. And so it's not less work, it actually can be more work. So let's talk then about why to go bigger. Why bigger is better, in my opinion, in buying real estate investing. First off, there's more meat on the bones, right? The bigger you go, you can raise more money. There's more cash flow coming in on these buildings. What does that mean? There's margin. And what does margin allow you to do? Hire help. Get help so you're not doing all the work. In fact, when we buy these large multifamily deals, we're hiring world-class third-party property management who's overseeing the asset, who walks all the units with us, who's doing all of the lease up, dealing with our residents, right? Helping with the maintenance and the construction. And so because we have margin in these deals, we're not doing all the work. We're able to hire very sophisticated teams that already have dialed in systems for lease up and renovation to help us in the deal. It's less risky, right? So we talked about the risk of doing it all on your own, but when you get into large deals, here's the thing, I think it actually becomes less risky, and for several reasons. One, the non-recourse lending. And so really what I mean by that is there's a difference in recourse and non-recourse. And typically you can get non-recourse lending, which all that means is that the bank, the collateral for the debt is on the property, versus in a recourse loan, the collateral that debt on is your personal assets. And so if something goes wrong with that deal, they're coming after your personal assets to collect, or they could come after those personal assets. Where in larger commercial loans, and we qualify for non-recourse lending, the collateral stops at the property level. Now there are a couple different what they call bad boy carve-outs, we won't get into that, but the reality is that it actually is less risky because you can get better financing terms. And then third, it's recession resistant. Large commercial real estate, especially tenant-based commercial real estate, like large multifamily, like mobile home parks, like self-storage, do phenomenal in recessions, right? Look at 08 and 09, look at COVID. Large multifamily has performed exceptional during those times. Because why? You typically have great cash flow, you have good reserves, and you have long-term financing. What got hit the hardest during recessions, 08 and 09, look at that, were the single family homes. And so if you want to be in something that's recession resistant, you want to go bigger. You got more income streams coming in, because you buy a single family home or you buy a duplex, if one person moves out, you're either 50% or 100% vacant. Oh no! In a large multifamily building, if one person moves out, that's fine with us. We renovate it and we bring somebody else in. It doesn't really affect us. In fact, it sometimes can help us. Yahoo! And then the third reason why I think going bigger is just better, and why I think it's bad advice to start small, is you spend less time on the actual real estate when you go bigger. The reason is because you have partnerships, and the bigger you go, there are more slices of the pie that you can give out. And so I love this analogy. Would you rather have the juice of a grape, one grape, or the slice of an entire watermelon? And the reality is, like, sure, you can start small and buy one and have one grape, or you can buy bigger deals and just have a slice of the watermelon. The juice is still worth the squeeze there, right? Like, you're getting more juice. Wow! It's a silly analogy, but I hope you get what I'm saying, is that going bigger, yes, you're gonna bring on partners, and yes, you're gonna have to give up more of the deal, but the profit, the gain, the money you're gonna make on going big, even though you're giving up slices of that pie, are still going to pay off. And it also allows me to not do the things I don't like to do. So I'm here recording YouTube videos, I'm here marketing, I love capital raising, I love creating promotions and offers and talking to investors. And then my partners, I have a great partner who's head over underwriting, who's another partner who's head of acquisition, right? And so we are able to come together as partners and do the things that we love, that we're gifted at, to be able to grow a big business. So forget the old advice of starting small is the right way. Yes, it's gonna take maybe a little bit longer to learn the bigger game. It might even cost you some money to learn, to get a mentor. But listen, I think it's so worth it, because one deal can change your life, right? One deal can literally pay for your, probably replace your income for the whole year with the fees that we're able to charge on these type of deals, and the cash flow that we have coming in on these type of deals. And so it only takes one to change your life. And so the next time you hear, like, you want to get into real estate, start thinking small, think about this. This is what it means to think wealthy, doing the opposite of what the majority or common folk tell you to do. If you want to learn about me and our company, check the links below. We're buying deals all over the country and would love to partner or bring investment opportunities to you as well. Think wealthy. Cheers.